Bonjour. How's everyone doing today? So I work at a company called Losant, and we're actually based in the US, in Cincinnati, Ohio, if you've ever been there. And we work with large enterprises, primarily industrial manufacturers, and companies who have manufacturing issues, and they want to put forth some type of IoT solution in their everyday problem set. So many of our organizations have a wide variety of sensors or data that they need a simple way to collect, manage, and build applications with that data. What we provide to our customers is that unified environment for them to normalize the data and then quickly build applications. So conceptually, for many of them, it's about collecting, analyzing, acting, and then creating, in many instances, end applications that they may take to market and sell to their customers. However, those customers would never know we exist in the background. Our technology consists of 5 key components that, of course, many people need as a part of an IoT stack today. We do not provide hardware. We do not provide connectivity. We really focus on the cloud side of things. That being said, we do have an edge solution. We have data and device management, data visualization, visual workflow engine, which is our differentiator in the space, and end user experiences, which is the piece where our customers are publishing applications and selling them in their own market. So why do people use our technology to develop these applications? What we found is even very large Fortune 100 industrial customers struggle with software. That is not their core competency, nor will it ever be. And so for them to use traditional cloud providers to build custom applications is very resource and time intensive. What we do is reduce the barrier to building those IoT applications. So our customers can use things like our workflow engine, which is a visual way to write back-end logic, and they can deploy teams of mechanical engineers and electrical engineers to use our tools as opposed to hiring a team full of software developers. We'll skip these next couple. I'll talk a little bit about customers, but I'd like to go straight to use cases for you. So what does this actually look like? National Pump and Energy was our second customer since we started the company. They're in Australia. They're in a water pump manufacturer, and these water pumps sit on gold mining sites across very remote areas. They used to service these machines on regular intervals with their technicians who flew out to these remote sites, which was a very expensive way to do business. Using our technology, they deployed a remote monitoring solution. It took them about a week to do the first proof of concept, and then their internal IT team has now deployed to all their machines out in the field. So they're able to deploy a very simple remote monitoring solution and only service these pumps exactly when they need serviced. So for them, they saved $100,000 in the very first year of this deployment with a piece of software that's very easy for them to manage. These are workflows, so this is how you would write business logic in our environment. And essentially what we're doing with a lot of these workflows, what they have done, I should say, is simple things such that when RPMs on a diesel engine on these pumps go above a certain level, can you please send a notification to a technician to check in with that machine and see what's going on? Since they're collecting this data for the very first time, they're also now able to do analysis and work towards that holy grail of predictive maintenance. Clark Construction is a multi-billion-dollar commercial construction company in the US. They had a very simple problem where their site workers at the construction sites were leaving the water on over the weekend, which caused a lot of damage at their construction sites, so much so their insurance company got really upset with them. So their IT engineer bought some off-the-shelf hardware from Amazon, connected it to a water main valve at a job site, and over the weekend built this dashboard for himself. So he's monitored pressure, flow, and has a remote control over the valve to turn it on and off. This is an instance where they essentially built their own proof of concept using some of these workflows. However, ultimately, he didn't want his site workers and site GMs to use this He wanted them to have their own application they could log into and just press buttons. So in this application that they ended up building, this is what we call an end-user experience. This has its own user authentication, its own feature set, but it's still built, powered, managed, and hosted by Losant. This is our local airport in Cincinnati. As you know, airports in America are not as nice and progressive as some of the ones over here. And they actually did not have a train tracking system for the train that goes back and forth. So they asked us to help them provide ETA information to travelers. We were able to do that in a non-invasive way by installing 3 trip sensors in each tunnel. Those trip sensors are just saying, did a train go by or no train? By putting them through this one workflow, we're able to take those sensor trips and determine where is the train, where is it heading, and based upon this model, we continually update what is the expected ETA. That's how we deliver this information. However, this doesn't really fit the Cincinnati Airport brand, so we put it through a custom experience. So now when you go to the local airport, you get to see this screen, which is similar to the ones we've all seen when we're traveling. But again, it's all Losant in the background. While most of our business is in industrial monitoring and asset tracking, we do a lot with Hewlett-Packard Enterprise and smart building and smart office applications. Oh, it's telling me to stop. All right. Well, if you want to know more about smart building, come talk to me later or anything IoT. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Craig.